Structure and formatting go hand in hand in screenwriting. There's one aspect of the formatting in a screenplay that I think is often overlooked and really important, and that's the simple scene heading, sometimes called a slug line. It's this right here. It's what separates each scene. That's why it's a scene heading. Every scene's got to have one at the top. It's really just got three simple parts. The first part tells you whether or not you are inside or outside in the scene below. Pretty straightforward. It's always interior, INT, or exterior, EXT. There is one possible exception, and that's this, interior, exterior. That means that you're going to have the camera running while a character crosses from inside to outside. And that's basically it. The second part of the scene heading is your location. In this case, the Mast Farm. It can be a big location like or it can be a small location like that's totally up to you. But see how it helps you focus the reader like a camera lens to what it is you're actually wanting them to pay attention to. In this case, you, the writer, are being the director. Keep that in mind creatively when you're creating your scene heading. Finally, there's the time of day. It's generally or, and that's it. But there are a lot of other choices, and this is where it gets really interesting. For example, there are absolute times, like in High Noon, that was really important, or in the series 24. There are relative times, like you have a time, like day, and then you're saying later. You just want people to know it's a little bit later. How much later? Well, you can say that. I misspelled minutes. If you're having a thriller with a time bomb in it. Or you could slice it in between. Very vague, but definitely not at night. And that's used quite often as well. Those are all relative times of day. And so you're doing even more writing when you use the time of day in your scene headings creatively. Scene headings originally were created for technical reasons, to keep a simple list of shots handy for people who went out into the field during the days of silent movies and made their movies. But now it's much more sophisticated than that. Of course, everybody who's involved technically in your film production needs to know what the lighting is going to be like, what the time of day is like in this scene. But you're also writing for the reader, the people who are going to take a look at your screenplay, maybe to buy it. And you need to take them by the hand and guide them through space and time. And this last part of the scene heading is one of your most powerful ways of doing it. So think about it. Before you write your scene heading, make sure it's formatted properly, but also make sure you're using it to its maximum creative potential to help tell your story.